Hi, my name is Issa Kirk, and I live 9.5 miles south of Custer, South Dakota in the Black Hills. I originally came from Germany, and today I would like to talk about intuitive tarot readings that I offer and have been offering for 25 years at least. A little bit to how I came to do this. Of course, these things don't pop out of the dark. I was intuitive ever since I was a child, to the annoyance of my parents saying things that I shouldn't know, and was told over and over that I had too much fantasy. My grandmother took me under her wings and told me that is not so, and I just needed to understand that this information was given to me from a higher realm, and she guided me towards understanding what this is about, and that this was a gift and not a curse. But I really did not use it until I actually was in my 30s, and I went to a reader, and she said the same thing. She said, look, this is your talent. You have a choice. You can use it as a gift for other people, or you can live it as a curse like you have so far and be afraid of it. It's your choice. What you do with it, you're not going to lose your talent, because you've been doing this for many lifetimes, and it's just part of you. This intuitivity is innate to every person on this planet, but it's like any other talent. You know, everybody can hold a pen, but not everybody is going to become an artist. So for me, it was very interesting, and I really wanted to make this into something that can help people. So I started readings, and then I met a friend here in the United States. She said, look, you have an easier time if you use cards or any other tool. And I was using pendulums, and I was using holistic medicine to help people in their pets, and homeopathics and flower essences from Germany, and all sorts of other remedies. But for the intuitive readings, I've never used a tool. So I started, we went through a whole bunch of decks, and one stood out. It's kind of like somebody switched the TV on, like it was a remote that switched the TV on, and the energy was flowing, the pictures were flowing, the story was flowing all of a sudden. And I've been using this deck ever since. Let me show you. So this is the tarot deck that I'm using, and those are some of the pictures. The pictures don't mean the same every time. They really are just kind of a story hints. I cannot tell you exactly that every card is something according to the rules of a tarot deck. It really unfolds as the cards are laying on the table. Here's why I do readings and what readings for me mean. We all have free will. We're God-given free will. We all have intuition. We have feelings. We also have an ego, and we also have emotions. And our ego and emotions are really controversial. They are warning devices. They're not necessarily in our best interest. And we get quite often confused about how to answer our own questions, how to move forward, how to interpret what life presents to us. And this is where readings can come in and help. Because the doorways sometimes on the energetic level are clear and wide open, and are already in place, and already in the making of becoming reality, even though they're not physically visible quite yet. For me, readings mean to assist people to understand how much influence they have in their own life, how powerful we are, and that we are responsible for everything that happens and everything that enters our life. we are creating the energy. Like attracts like. It's a universal law. And we all need to understand now, especially in this time of revelation, how we create in our own personal life. And this is what quite often comes out in the readings. It's not something set in stone. We are creating everything we do. And in these days, karma moves so fast that we're creating a life lesson every few hours. So we need to understand how to move the trajectory from frightening and accidental and all sorts of things happening that we're not aware of to creating outcomes that are far more in our favor and best interest, and that we are responsible, that we can change what happens in our life and how we see it. Quite often it's just a matter of perspective. And that comes out in my readings quite often, to shift and help the perspective. I made an agreement with my guides, my spirit guides, and my higher consciousness to never receive anything that the person in front of me isn't ready to receive. Makes no sense in saying things, even if they are present in the development, that would frighten more than help. Fear stifles. We cannot really move forward when we're utterly afraid. So I make it my goal that my readings are positive, encouraging, and helpful, that people go home with something that allows them to make the next step forward into their life. Nobody else can anyways. This information does not come from my brain. It doesn't come from my emotions. It is not political. It is not religious. It has nothing to do with who you are or where you come from. The only limitation for me is that I speak German and English only, and not any other languages. I do not remember what is said in a reading, because this information, for the most part, is not for me. So I have no recollection what is talked about. This comes through channels that circumvents my memory, my short-term memory in my brain. And that's important to know. When people contact me and make an appointment, either in person, they can come with their friend or whoever, or they can come by themselves. They can have the reading together or separate. Doesn't make any difference to me. And or also over the phone. Most of my readings are over the phone for people that I've never met and will probably never meet in this lifetime, because that's not important. The energy flow comes from a non-physical level, and as soon as permission is given, the energy connection is there, and there's no need for any other information. Let's see here for information. I'm on Facebook under my name, Isa Kirk. I am available over the phone, 605-440-2233. And you can contact me over email, isa@gwtc.com.net. I would say this wrong. Anyways, I'll show you my card, then easier to remember. There you go. That's the information on it. It's much easier than listening to it. You cannot force somebody else to do a reading. You cannot force anybody else to become healthy. I'm happy to talk about all the other things that I'm doing with Black Hills Flower Essences and the Almanac calendars, and you'll find videos on YouTube on my channel about all those things, and I'll create more videos about the different things that I'm doing, so it makes it a little easier to understand what I've been working on for all those last decades. Thank you for listening. and have a good day.